Hi guys, what is going on? I hope all of you are well. I kind of want to talk to you guys about everything that's been going on. A lot of exciting and crazy things, you know. Now you guys know it's been quite a bit of a rough year for me. Like, definitely it's been it's been an emotional roller coaster because, like, number one, as you guys know by now, you know, I'm going through a whole situation with my ex and my child and all that stuff, which I don't want to get into. But also, Hope and I are having a wedding this year. Now, this was something that, so as you guys know, Hope and I, we got eloped last year. We felt that God was telling us to get married. We didn't want the crowd. We just wanted to get married in front of God. However, that was not so pleasant with our families. Our families were not happy about that. They were very disappointed. They were not happy with us at all. However, like, I personally feel like marriage is for two people, the wedding is for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, him and I are the one who's in this marriage. Him and I are the ones who have to sleep together, live with each other, deal with each other every single day. Like, it is us. Versus the actual wedding is for everybody else, and we get to have a good time and all of that good stuff. So basically, you know, dealing with the emotions of my custody case while also dealing with, like, planning this wedding. And it's not an American wedding, it's a Tanzanian / American wedding, so they're just like trying to get both of our cultures into it, and, you know, certain things that's just not normally what we do in the US that, you know, I had to adjust to. And it's it's a lot. Like, it's actually a lot. So yeah, so I have been so busy, you know, working on those things. So one of the things that is really exciting is my family is coming to Tanzania. And for some, this is their first time leaving the country, and for some, they've already been around. So as you guys know, my mom, she was here when I gave birth. Guys, can you believe my daughter is 6 months? Like, what? I just gave birth. How is she 6 months? Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. But she is definitely 6 months. So time is flying by. So my mom, she was here 6 months ago. So she kind of has, like, an idea of how things go and stuff like that. However, my brother, this is the first time him leaving the country, and he has been completely freaking out. And, you know, he has a lot of anxiety. He's nervous and stuff, obviously, because of all the, you know, what is it called? All of the things that's out there about the continent, you know? Like, he's not as woke as me, let's just say that. And, you know, he's really nervous. And, you know, even, for example, he went to the doctor and they told him that he needed all of these vaccines, like maybe like 15 vaccines, and he completely freaked out and was like, oh, why do I need these vaccines? I'm like, you don't need these vaccines. One of them was rabies, which didn't make any sense to me, because I'm like, why would he need rabies vaccine? What is he gonna go hug a lion in Serengeti? Like, what? Like, what? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any freaking sense. It doesn't make any sense. But whatever, okay? You do not need any vaccines to get into Tanzania. If you go into Kenya, yellow fever is required. I don't know if other things are required to get into Kenya, but in Tanzania, nothing is required as of right now. Nothing is required. So yeah, he had like a whole meltdown of freaking out about that. And oh guys, it's been a lot. Like, when I say it's been a lot, like, even my brother, he's bringing his dog. He's bringing his dog. And I've been running around trying to figure out how to import a dog. Guys, it is not easy to import a dog in Tanzania, okay? Leave your dog home, okay? Because it is not easy, or at least in my situation, it is not easy. If you have brought a pet to Tanzania and it was much easier for you, let me know what the deal is, because for us, it has not been easy. It has been such a hassle and a journey just to bring this dog over. And I'm still hoping that everything is all good, you know? And on top of that, it's expensive, okay? You have to have permits, you have to have health certificates, you have all of this stuff or whatever, and it's actually expensive. Like, it is not cheap at all to bring your pet on vacation, okay? So, it's been a lot. Like, it's truly, it's been a lot. Like, I remember somebody had left a comment and was like, oh, it seems like, you know, I think they were trying to be like sarcastic or something, but they were like, oh, Jules has a lot going on right there. It seems real sus. Nah, sis, it ain't sus. Or bro, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, but it ain't sus. It really is just how it is. Like, that's just how 2022 is going for me, okay? Like, it's a lot. I just had a baby, dealing with that, then dealing with my older child, then we have a wedding to plan. You know, I cannot tell you how many times, like, I have thought to myself, I just want to cancel it. Like, I just, this is just too much. But then now, actually, we're 10 days away from the wedding. And I'm actually really excited now. Like, my family's gonna be here. My family gets to meet my husband's family, and oh, it's gonna be so exciting. And we're gonna have a chaga wedding, and oh, we're gonna turn up. Like, I'm excited. Like, I'm actually really excited now. But like, the process of it, which is what we were trying to avoid in the first place, because it's stressful. Weddings overall are stressful. And then when you're talking about people flying in, and then you're talking about two different cultures, and then you're talking about different ideas, and so many people put their hands in the pot to, you know, with ideas, and we're all trying to come up with one, and then you're disappointing one, and then you're not just, you know, like, it's a lot, especially like when you are dealing with so many other personal things, you know? So it's a lot. But one thing that I will really say that's really nice about Tanzania, so okay, one of the things that was a huge culture shock for me personally was contributions. That was like a big thing. So I remember we had a meeting with me, my husband and his family, and my family, and we were talking about this wedding that basically the family wants to have, like, because me and my husband was kind of like, we really don't need this, but they were like, we're having this wedding, you guys promised us we were gonna have a wedding this year, blase blase. So we're like, okay. So one of the biggest concerns to us was the cost, because we were like, we have a lot going on. Like, when I tell you that my lawyer, well, when I had a lawyer in the custody case, even now I don't have a lawyer and we're still paying for her, okay? It's taking every single dime that we have. Like, we just can't afford to have a wedding right now. Like, it's just not, it's not possible. Like, we just don't got it. So basically my husband's family were telling me about, like, well, here in Tanzania, what we do is we do contributions. So I guess what happens is you send a contribution card to the people that you invite. And okay, so in the US, usually what happens is, I guess after you come to a wedding, you usually try to pay for your plate, or you give them a gift with money in it or something like that to just cover the cost, because in the US, weddings are extremely expensive. But over here is opposite. Over here is completely opposite. You do contributions. So what it is that you send somebody a contribution card, which basically says, like, you basically send money to the bride and groom to pay for the wedding. And then after you send them the contribution card, after they send the contribution, and there's like a deadline of the contributions and all this stuff, after you send a contribution card, after they send the contribution, then you give them an invitation, okay? That was a huge culture shock for me, because that's not something that I've ever been exposed to. At least that's not something that we do in the US. So that was a little different for me. But it was cool. I was actually really surprised how many people actually showed out for us. Like, I was really happy with our contributions. Our contributions, you know, is covering like 90 to 95% of our wedding, and it's been really great. Like, honestly, it's been really great. So I like that system. I feel like that system should be everywhere in the world, because you know, and I never really understood, because I remember reading like how most people in America, especially when they have weddings, they get into the relationship with debt. And that's not a good way to start your relationship, like with debt, like where you're like, okay, listen, we have to keep paying back for this wedding 10 years later. You know, obviously situations are uncontrollable. So like, you know, with our, you know, custody case and stuff like that, we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice, we don't have a choice but to pay that. That's just, it is what it is. We don't really have a choice when it comes to that one. So, you know, the contributions thing was really helpful. And, you know, even people who couldn't make it still left contributions and stuff. There's 10 days left to the wedding. We're still, of course, accepting contributions. So like people are definitely like, you know, it feels good. You know, it's nice that people really want this to happen for us. And honestly, I really feel like we deserve to have a wedding, even though like him and I would have just preferred to leave it the way it is, but like his family deserves to see their son, you know, get married, and you know, my family deserves to see you know, me get married and stuff. So it is what it is. Now I am super excited. We're also having a rehearsal dinner the day before, which shout out to my mama. She took care of that. She wanted to, you know, again with the like traditions, you know, like in the US we're used to having a rehearsal dinner, but like my husband and his family was like, but like what's like, they're used to having a send-off. So we're used to having a rehearsal dinner, they're used to having a send-off. So we were going back and forth like, okay, which one are we gonna have? Like it's a lot. It's a lot. So we actually decided on a rehearsal dinner because my mom was like, no, I'm gonna pay for it, I'm gonna take care of it. We're having a rehearsal dinner. It doesn't make sense to have a send-off because they're already married. So we're not having a send-off because I ain't being sent off anywhere, period. So we're having a rehearsal dinner, which is gonna be the night before, and I'm really excited. Just like really close friends and family, and it's gonna be beautiful. It's absolutely gonna be amazing. Like I'm really excited about it. What else is there? But stressful. I am not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be stressful. I am having like 4 different dresses. I cannot wait. I'm definitely going to have some kitenge, African prints, if you guys don't know what kitenge is. I'm having custom made dresses, so I went to the tailor yesterday actually to have that. So I'm doing a little bit of everything. I am gonna have my same wedding dress that I had last year because again, my family and friends didn't actually get to see me in it, so now they're gonna be able to see me in it, and then I'm switch it up for them, and I'm gonna put on a beautiful kitenge African print dress and look fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm really excited, as you guys can hear. I'm super excited about this. I think it's gonna be such a beautiful time, and honestly, I can't wait for it to get over it. Honestly, I want to get over it. We are actually really excited. We're very excited. We're very excited about this. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. I don't know if my family is gonna allow me to film anything, or I don't even know if I want to film anything, because if you guys haven't realized, when it comes to my personal life, like I really try my best to stay as private as possible, you know, or like I'll tell you stories like this, but I won't tell you as it's happening, because I'm a person who likes to live in the moment. Like life is freaking short. Life is so short. And Miss Araya is awake. Okay, so I gotta finish this video real quick. Yeah, life is actually very short, And I don't want to spend too much time on the camera. Like, I want to actually be present. I want to be present with my in-laws, with my family. Like, I want to be present. It is not my content to, you know, display too much of my personal life. And also, like, the problem when you really display your personal life is you give people opportunity to criticize you on a level that maybe you don't feel comfortable with. You know, some people, they may feel comfortable with, you know, criticism about themselves or their personal selves. For me, you can criticize me all day about my work, but if you try to, you know, say something about my family, you're gonna see that New York come out real quick. So I don't even like to put myself in that situation to give people opportunity to even step in that boundary. So I like to keep it distance, hold up, back up, keep a distance. But anyways, guys, I am in much better spirits. As you guys can see, I'm definitely in much better spirits. I am really going through a healing process of, this is how I'm gonna end it. I am learning to not stress about the things that I cannot control. And that's that, y'all. Y'all hear baby girl is calling me. So I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. And